Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Rob Bentley along with Sandy Gholston. And Sandy, nice to have you with us here on today's show.
It feels good to be back here on the show, and feels even better coming back from a long road trip with a victory, advancing to the next round of the playoffs. So really excited about Bulldog football right now.
Obviously, we have a chance to call the games together on Sunny 97.3 and online. Just talk about the season as a whole, 14-0, and what the Bulldogs have achieved thus far.
Yeah, it's been a great season. Right from the start, we had high expectations coming in. We knew we had a great team coming back. There were maybe some questions about who was going to step up in different positions. And the great thing is that a lot of people have stepped up. And when you make it to the national semifinals, that's really indicative of a great team effort. All three phases of the game, offense, defense, special teams, the coaching staff, right down to the managers, trainers, and even maybe the radio announcers as well. Everybody really stepping up for a great cause. 14-0 going into the national semifinals. That's quite an achievement.
One of those guys that was coming in, filling a new role, J. Rue Campbell, the Harlan Hill Trophy finalist at quarterback, and some unbelievable offensive statistics that he's been able to put up here throughout the year.
Yeah, J. Rue has been fabulous for our program, and he's really come in and taken on a leadership role. In addition to the statistics that you're going to see, the great arm, the great accuracy, the ability to run the football, he really has emerged as a leader for our team in the way that he's been able to control things, the way he's been able to bring the team together, rally the troops together, so to speak, and to keep everybody on the same page toward a shared goal. So he's really been the complete package for Bulldog football. He's been everything that we thought he would be and maybe more.
Obviously, as you look at the season as a whole, there were some big games early in the year, none bigger than maybe that win over Grand Valley State. Obviously, highlighted the season, but tough three-game stretch here thus far in the playoffs as well.
Yeah, you look back to the win over Grand Valley. Go back even before that, starting the season, East Stroudsburg on a Thursday night, great crowd. Bulldogs get the season off to a great start. And then when you look at some of the big games throughout the season, big win over Ashland, big road win over Grand Valley, great play at the end with the pass from Javon Shaw to J. Rue Campbell to kind of cap what was a great victory on the road. And then the run in the playoffs. It's been a tough run in the playoffs in some ways, two really tough games in the first and second round, and then the Bulldogs really put all the pieces together in the third round with a great win out on the road. And so really got to be excited about where this team is headed. It's been a great ride thus far, and obviously we'd like to keep it going another couple games.
Obviously we had a chance this past week to travel with the team down to Arkansas. Just talk about what that experience was like, maybe outside of the game and being around the guys the entire trip.
Can we start with the warm weather? I mean, that was really a great place to start. I mean, it was great weather. We got down there and we got out of the airport down there in Little Rock, and you're just kind of hit in the face with this warm air, and you're just kind of like, whoa, that's not what we left in Michigan. And so that was really great. It was also great camaraderie, being around the players, being around the coaches, and a lot of fans. You and I talked about it on the air. We had a great turnout of Bulldog fans there to support the team, and they were really loud in that stadium, and weren't as many as, of course, what Ouachita Baptist had, but it was a great showing by our fans, and so it was really a great time all the way around.
Obviously, Coach Anise mentioned it in this post-game report that maybe one of the best performances the Bulldogs have had here at a big time of the year.
It really is. And, when you think of going on the road against the #1 seed in the region, and it's going to be a tough matchup. We played them the year before, and it was a really tough game. And so I thought the Bulldogs really did a great job of rising to the challenge. And so that starts with great preparation from our coaches, but it starts with great student athletes. And we've had the good fortune of having some tremendous student athletes, again, in all three phases that really stepped up, bought into what the coaches were selling, and really have everybody on the same page toward that shared goal.
Obviously, now the Bulldogs advance on to the national semifinals, and we go from the warm weather of Arkansas to the cold weather of Mankato. Talk about this week ahead and what's going to be at stake here for Ferris State.
Well, they talk about the frozen tundra. It's usually Lambeau Field for the Green Bay Packers, but I think we're going to be seeing some frozen tundra when we get to Mankato, Minnesota. And so it's going to be really fun. It's obviously going to be a big change in terms of environment that we played on in Arkansas and then going up here to Minnesota. But again, it's probably more along the lines of what we tend to see this time of the year. And so playing into December, that's a good problem to have. And so I think our team is going to be really up for that challenge.
Obviously, here in the second half of the year, it's #1 versus #2 in terms of the national rankings. Minnesota State's had that #1 position most of the season.
Yeah, they have. And, we've been checking those national rankings all throughout the year and just kind of seeing who's who and some names that we're familiar with staying at or near the top of the top 25. And so when you look at Minnesota State, been up there all year. And so it's really an opportunity for us to knock off the man. And so to be the man, you got to beat the man. And so that's one of the things that the Bulldogs are going to be looking to do here in the national semifinals.
4 unbeaten teams remaining here in the semifinals, and on the opposite side, Valdosta State, who has put up some unbelievable point totals this year, taking on Notre Dame College of Ohio, that's had a great year.
Yeah, you look at what Valdosta has been able to do in terms of the offensive numbers that they put up, and it really maybe not a huge surprise that they were able to jump up and grab that top overall seed. And so they're certainly going to be a force to be reckoned with. And then you look at Notre Dame of Ohio, they've been playing really well, maybe surprising some teams in what they've been able to do to get into that Final Four. So great testament to their program, a great 4-team field here in the national semifinals. And so whoever emerges as the national champion is going to be a well-earned honor.
Obviously, the Bulldogs can't look ahead, but if they're able to get a win, would advance on to the Division II championship game, McKinney, Texas, December 15th. A chance to play for a national title would be something really special.
Yeah, and on a minor note, to get back into some warm weather. But yeah, playing for the national championship is going to be a great opportunity if we're able to do that. But a lot of work left to be done for the Bulldogs. But the good news is that we're trending upward. We're playing our best football at the right time of the season.
Obviously, last year we had a chance to call the national championship for the Ferris State men's basketball team. Some great teams that have really achieved well here in the postseason for Ferris State athletics.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate. We've got some great coaches in place, some great student athletes really across the athletic department, and they've had some great success not only in the conference, in the region, but also nationally. And one memory that I'll never forget is calling that national championship game. It was really an emotional moment, a great week out there in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And I tell you what, in a calendar year, what better way to cap the calendar year than with another national championship?
Going to put you on the spot right here. Some keys for the Bulldogs to go to Mankato to take on Minnesota State and come back with a win.
Well, I think one of the big keys for the Bulldogs is, again, to remain turnover-free. You know, when the Bulldogs really protecting that football, they're really a force to be reckoned with. I think running the football is going to be very important. Don't know how cold those hands are going to be and how the hand warmers are going to be doing to keep those hands warm. And so I think running the football is going to be a big key. And I think just really being acclimated to the elements up there in Minnesota and being on the road, I think are going to be another key for the Bulldogs. But, you know, they've been up to the challenge so far through 14 games, and so let's make it number 15.
No team in Division II history has ever won 16 games and finished unbeaten, winning a national title. What would that mean if the Bulldogs can pull out a couple wins here to finish a historic season?
Well, you know, I look at it as why not us, why not now? And so I think the opportunity is there for our team, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they respond to the challenge. So far through 14 games, they've done it, and let's do it 2 more times.
Sandy, looking forward to calling Saturday's game live on Sunny 97.3 with you, and should be a great trip for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, looking forward to getting some work done here in the office this week, but going to be really excited to get on the road Thursday.
Kickoff on Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time from Mankato. We'll have all the action for you. Thanks for tuning in to this segment of Ferris Sports Update.